14 years ago, a local Army veteran decided he wanted to make an impact in the lives of disabled veterans. But his dreams of making a difference were cut short when he was killed in a car accident. Well, through that pain, his mother made his mission her new mission. Bo's Blessings is a local organization that supports and helps our local heroes with everything from buying them groceries to organizing funerals for veterans who were almost forgotten. KNWA's Gabriella Phelan talked with Bo's mother about the impact Bo's Blessings and her son are still making on our community.
When he was in basic training, I wrote him a letter every day. He kept all those letters.
Janie Lane, a loving and fiercely proud mother to her one and only son, Bo.
And that's Smoke and Bo in Iraq. Then later it was like, Mom, they call me a mother's boy, a mama's boy. I said, well, you are.
Easter weekend back in 2010, Bo and his wife, Lori, were on the road helping a veteran in need.
Easter was always one of my favorite times of the year. We all came together as a family. Bo always was the Easter bunny at church, and he was 6'2", and he'd wear this Easter bunny costume and carry a plastic carrot, and just, it was fun, and we were looking forward to that.
But suddenly, Janie's world came to a halt.
Lori's stepmother called me and said, I guess you heard Bo and Lori were killed. I didn't know, and I started screaming.
Bringing both Janie and her late husband to their knees, pleading with God.
I can remember curled up in the fetal position, wailing. My husband fell on his knees and face down on the floor and asked God to take this burden off, take it off of Bo and give it to him. He offered his life up for Bo's.
An outcome she couldn't accept, one that left her feeling empty and without purpose.
All of the joy, I'm a woman of faith, and all of my godly joy left my soul. And I honestly understand how people die in the moment.
3 years later, that same God gave her direction.
I was surviving but not living, and I didn't know what to do with my grief. And, you know, you hear people say, well, God talked to me. Well, he does. If you listen, you can hear. And it was something put on my heart that in order to move past my grief, I needed to help others.
Creating Bo's Blessings in honor of her son. It's an organization that helps and supports Northwest Arkansas veterans like Bill Eilers.
Back in 1976, I found the calling. I was only 17 years old and I enlisted. There's people that have done much more heroic things. I just was one of many that raised my hand and said, I'll serve.
An Army veteran from Minnesota who found himself struggling with his physical and mental health, which he says only got worse when he moved to Northwest Arkansas.
I had an open heart surgery that went bad, and I had a quintuple bypass, and 4 of the 5 bypass grafts went down. And I had about 8 surgeries afterwards. I've about 19 or 20 stents placed in me. And then my eyesight failed. I went blind in one eye, and the other one's going. I'm losing my hearing.
Eilers says Janie Lane and Bo's Blessings soon found him and saw the pain he was going through.
I just wanted to crawl under a rock and die. It was truly a godsend to have somebody just see me for my hurting. And I feel so blessed to have had her put her eyes on me and say, hey, life's not over. It's not over till it's over.
Bo's Blessings has given Eilers a sense of belonging, allowing him to find peace and support even through his creative outlets.
So I've started writing some of my own songs. And what I like to write about is either my own experiences or what's in my heart. And what's in my heart is when I see heroes like Bo and other people who've gone off to war and they've given their lives for our freedom. I think it's really important that we remember that It's a privilege to be in this country.
Eiler says he still has to work to pay off his medical bills, but once he retires, he plans to be a part of the Bo's Blessings team, helping other veterans just like him. Janie says the stories of lives being changed thanks to Bo's vision is part of what keeps her going.
There are hard days. There are very hard days, and I call it my season of grief.
And of course, her faith and Bo's presence that's still alive and well in the organization.
I always wondered if he lived long enough to recognize how much I loved him, and I feel like he did.
If he were sitting with us today, what would you say to him?
I love you. I love you so much, and I'm so proud of the man you grew up to be, and I am so thankful that I know where you are and that you lived a life for God. Thank you for that. That's what I'd say.
Amazing family. Great story there by Gabriella Phelan. Bo's Blessings provides opportunities for you to serve throughout the year, like a headstone cleaning and Christmas wreath hanging at the Fayetteville National Cemetery. Everyone is welcome to join in.